Hello, families and friends. Happy Sunday. How are you all today? It's nice to be back and to you guys. I'm sure you had a nice time today. And thank you so much for always being there. Thank you for all the encouragement. Thanks for the email. Thanks for the WhatsApp messages, the YouTube messages. I appreciate you guys. Without you, I can't be here. I just want to say a big thank you to all my families and friends. Like I keep saying, you're not my fans, we're all just one. So thank you so much for always being there, for giving me that hope that, oh, I need to come back every fourth Sunday of the month to just say one thing or the other. And this is Talk to Auntie Shola Relationship Talk Show. If you're actually just joining us for the first time, and I'll just tell you a bit of what we do. Talk to Auntie Shola Relationship Show is a show that we are, as I'm talking to you now, we're there on live on YouTube too. So we have our YouTube channel. You can actually subscribe to the channel. That's Talk to Auntie Shola Relationship Show. We have some messages, some topics there that you can actually listen to on communications, on forgiveness, on relationship. There are lots of things. Oh, thanks for coming on board. Anike Fago, thank you. I celebrate you, my sister. Ajibola Shonaike, thanks for coming on board. Just in case I don't see you and I don't call your name, I'm not taking you for granted. Just maybe it's just a bit fast. That's why I'm not actually saying you're something. So thank you so much. Today is going to be interactive as usual, and it's going to be interesting. And like I keep saying it, I'm also learning. So because there are different things going on now. People talk about people canceling on Facebook and on YouTube that they say different things. But I keep saying that one thing or the other, that we have different homes, that we have different marriages. So you can just speak like one or two things for what I'm going to tell you here. So like I keep telling you that I'm not advising, I'm only just suggesting. So you can try it, and I'm sure, and I'm telling you that if it's working for me, it can actually work for you. And I've actually heard some people, I've counseled some people, I've spoken to them. So one way or the other, this what we're going to talk about is working for some people, and you can try it too. It's going to work for you. So thanks for watching, and I just want to celebrate you always. So if you've not subscribed to our channel on YouTube, you can actually do that just now, or maybe immediately after the show. And you can as well go to all the messages and listen to. It's going to be interactive, like I said. If you have questions, you can type it. We can share things together, and we'll be able to solve the situation together. This Talk to National Relationship Talk Show. We just like to, and I just want to say, oh, I've said thank you again, and I can't stop thanking you. Today's topic is going to be interesting. Oh, thanks for coming on board, Wale. Thank you. And once I start, just in case I don't call your name, I'm not taking you for granted. It's just because I just want to say it, and I don't want to waste our time, because I know it's just a beautiful Sunday, and I know some of us will be getting ready to start packing up for tomorrow. So thank you so much for coming on board, Jennifer. I appreciate you. So as well, thank you so much for coming on board, Malik Ali. As we're joining in, we can share with our family and friends. Like I keep saying, we might actually be saving a marriage on what we're doing, because there are lots of issues that is happening now that we sometimes just need to share notes to really know what is happening. Like today, we want to talk about. Maybe I'll just be going back again while we're waiting for people. We want to have like a good number of people before we actually start. But while I'm saying that, if you've not really joined us on our YouTube channel, you can subscribe for them. And while we're waiting for people, why don't you share with all your families and friends? Because we never can know, even if that person is in relationship, no, you're married, we all need it. Once you're 18, we need to start listening to all these things, because it actually helps us in one way or the other. So thank you so much. So like today's topic, if you read, I'm sure you've read it. We've said that is sex is sex the only thing that we actually that is the main thing in marriage, as in is sex the only thing? Is sex it's not the real thing. Sex is important, but we're saying, is it one of the things that is it the thing that is actually happening? Is it the one that is affecting our homes, or what is happening? So that's one of the things. So I'm saying that if you have one or two things to say, you can actually contribute. So because we know sex is a big thing, it's like a massive topic that we just need to kind of say part of it when we start. Oh, thanks for coming on board, Kehinde Ade Kombi Adisa. Thank you. Celebrate you there. You can share with all your families and friends. So, like today's topic, like what we said earlier on, we said how important is sex in our relationship. So, how important is sex in our relationship? So, and I just want to, because I've heard some people, they've called me, I've counseled them, they've spoken to me in different ways, and even the men and also the women. I want the men to be really active on this forum. Like I said, this forum is for the men and also for the women. It's not just only women forum and it's not just only men forum. It's for all of us. So, like, what I want to say is how important is sex in our marriage? I heard of a story. She actually came and she said, "Oh, she has done everything for her husband. She satisfied the man, and at the end of the day, she does everything. She does not even say no." You know, there are some ladies that, oh, when we're tired, we just say we're tired. Even when we're not tired, I've heard of different stories that ladies just pretend. They just said they pretend. Once they see the man, that the man is actually coming, they actually just pretend that, oh, they're sleeping. You know, this kind of things. That's another aspect. So we're talking about this particular person. She said she doesn't even say no. She doesn't refuse. She's always there to just satisfy the man. But at the end of the day, the marriage actually collapsed. And she was now wondering that what could be the issue, because she satisfied the man according to her own, because we wouldn't really know, because according to her own thing, she did everything. You understand? She's always cooking. She makes sure that the cook gets there before the man gets back from work. The food is always on the table. They do things together. They go out together. They do shopping together. Thanks for you for coming on board. They do lots of stuff together. And at the end of the day, the marriage actually collapsed. And she was like, I never say no to this man when it comes to sex. So what can be happening? Why is it that at the end of the day the man left? So by the time we heard the man's side of the story, the man said, "Oh, it's actually true. She was always there for her when it comes to sex and everything. But the only thing about it is that the morals and everything, that the woman was actually lacking some morals. The woman was actually lacking some part of her attitude, was actually pushing the man away. You know, sometimes this time around, I'm not actually judging. I'm not judging the men and I'm not judging the women. I'm just taking a story as a scenario. That's what I'm using as an example. So this couple, in this sense, that the woman said she has never said no. And at the end of the day, what's happening is that the man said, "Oh, fine, she has never said no." But it's just like, after I'm insulted, after being very insulted, "Oh, you're stupid," or "Just get out there." And at the end of the day, you now say, "Okay, darling, I'm ready." And at the end of the day, fine, the man will still say, oh, the man will not say no. Of course, they will still kind of enjoy everything together. But the man said that the woman's attitude was actually one of the things that actually pushed him away, that he wasn't enjoying the marriage. So at the end of the day, the lady realized things, and of course, we thank God things worked out for them. And at the end of the day, they make their ways, and they still came back. So I will appreciate any contribution, or maybe we had any scenario, or we had anything. That the question we're talking about today is that is sex important? How important is sex in marriage, or is sex the only thing in marriage? Like, don't get me wrong, sex is very important in marriage. Sex is one of the main things. Thanks for coming on board, Turayo Kehinde. Sex is one of the most important things in marriage. But sometimes men, even some men, they just like, oh, I'm gonna just I will do things my own way. I'm gonna just upset. I'm gonna upset her. But at the end of the day, I know she can't say no, because maybe she's the kind of woman that actually likes sex. That's another case there. Do you understand? So what we're actually talking about today is that how important is sex in marriage? Is sex the only thing that is important in your home, in marriage? I keep like I said earlier on, like the scenario I said, I have another scenario too. There is this a woman that was actually saying, "Oh, thanks for coming on board. Let me just quickly appreciate everyone before I go ahead again. Thanks for coming on board, Shola Ajimala. Thank you." Like today, we're talking about how important is sex in marriage. Why is it that some women actually say no, and why is it that some women say yes, and at the end of the day, the men still leave, even in relationship? Do you understand? So what we're talking about today is that how important is it? Yes, sex is very important, and also our attitude in marriage is important. Because if you notice nowadays, things are happening. Loads of homes are being broken. People are actually saying they've had enough. They want to just go their own way. They want to divorce. They're tired of the man. They're tired of something. And the thing about it is that from the beginning of everything, from the beginning of it, I was just going to say that if you can do something, like I keep telling you, try and marry your friend. But if you that a relationship already, and your friend, and you marry somebody that maybe along the line things are beginning to fall out of shape, you can still make things happen, you can still make things work. So why, you know that, oh, this particular person, because some men said it's not just only sex they want, they actually want respect too. They said they want respect. And also women too. Women said, oh, it's not just only that I want him to just be giving me money or just to be throwing me at home. I actually want respect and I want love. So, like we're saying today, there's one thing that there's one thing that is sex the most important thing in the marriage. That's the most question we're asking. That is sex the most important thing in the marriage. So, is one of the most important thing in marriage is important. But what we're saying is that do not be what we're saying is that do not be kind of saying, oh, you're judgmental on another person. Maybe something has actually happened. Let me just celebrate. Thanks for coming on board, Olakwe Jutalabi. Thank you so much. If I don't call you, maybe I can see your name. Thank you for coming on board. I appreciate you guys. So contribute one or two things to it. We're saying, is sex the only important thing in marriage? So like I said earlier on, that I've been another scenario. I'll just tell you another scenario. Oh, they were so happy. The couple were so happy. They were doing things together. The wife is always the wife is always attentive. She doesn't even say, she herself, she thinks she does everything okay. But at the end of the day, that relationship did not work out. So she was, let me just quickly read this. Okay, that was okay. Thanks for coming on board, Dami. Thank you. Sorry, thank you. So we can actually write a comment there. Write a comment, say one or two things. I'll be able to read, I'll be able to share. The important thing we're talking today, we're talking about how important is sex. Is it just, are we just talking about sex alone and nothing? And there's some issue too. Like I said earlier on, I'm not saying it's not important. Thanks for coming on board, Tone. Thank you so much. We can just say one or two things in your contribution. We're talking about, is sex the only important thing in marriage? In life, definitely in relationship, sex is important in marriage. But apart from that too, we need to have the right attitude. We need to have the right, we need to have the right should I the right attitude, the right values too in our homes. So it's not just, we just said, okay, oh yes, let's talk about it. Thank you, thank you, my sister. So if you have any contribution there, so you can just say, because we're talking about sex today. So women use sex as a bargain chip. Oh yes, or a tool of tool of reward. Thank you so much. There, I'll just talk about that now. Some women will just say, okay, oh, I need to change my wardrobe, but that means because if I change my wardrobe, oh, don't worry, I'm going to give you different styles. We're going to have different sex. So it's like we're kind of trading it for money. So some men are complaining too that women are actually using it as they're trading they're trading their body. Do you understand that they're saying that? So that's one of the things that men are complaining about, that we're trade. And why is it that women say that? So women, let's try and be careful not to kind of give conditions. Don't let's give conditions that, okay, you're gonna have sex with me when you book that holiday, or you're going to have sex with me after changing my wardrobe, or maybe I need that money, so write that check for me now before I ever say anything, or send that money to me, let me see that alert before you do anything. So we need to be careful, women too. We need to be careful. We need to kind of show genuine love and compassion with that. Thank you so much. Let me just read what someone said. Our men to be, yes, thank you so much. Our men need to be more romantic. Men need to connect more with us emotionally so the sex can flow easily. Thank you so much. That's a good point there. So men, I know you're listening now. So I need all the contribution that I said. They said our men need to be more romantic. Men, we need to be more romantic. Men, you need to be more romantic, because sometimes you just come home and you just like, okay, sweetheart, I'm in the room. Some will just say, meet me in the room. You're coming home. You're not even being romantic. The woman has been in the kitchen. She's tired already. You're meant to kind of go to the kitchen to give her a hug, to encourage her, to just say something nice. You understand? But you are just saying, meet me in the room. Or maybe you've gone to the room and at the end of the day, the man is not like, okay, I'm ready. The woman is going to refuse you. So you need to be romantic so that the sex can actually flow easily. Let me just quickly read what Tunrayo said there. What if the man, let me just quickly read that. What if the men use it as a bargain chip towards the women too, and yet the women does not leave? Okay, thank you so much. Tura actually said in another case too, the men was just like, I have to use it as a tool, because some people are actually complaining, because I've heard of a lady, she actually got married just 3 months, 3 years than our wedding. Her husband is not even actually coming near her. You can imagine how sad is that. That's a young relation. That's a young marriage, a young marriage that people are, you'll be so excited. It's three. That's just 3 years down the line, and the man is like, start having maybe an affair or something, but she will not even touch the lady. So the woman has actually complained, and she said, what is actually like, thank you so much for the compliment, Shaheen. Thank you. So we're talking about, is sex important in marriage? Is sex the only thing in marriage? I'm going to read what Tom said, that you can reap where you can't reap where you have not sown. Okay, thank you so much. She's actually saying, so we're talking about, it could be other way around. Why would some men actually say, okay, fine, if I'm not going to have sex to you, I'm not going to have sex with you. And the women, there are some women that they actually practically they beg. They have to start keep begging that, oh, I actually need you. And because it's something that we need one another. So in short, we shouldn't use it as a tool of reward, and we shouldn't use it as like we're kind of selling our body. You understand? I'll just read this too. Men help the women with the housework and play with us, please. We want to play. Who is in the garden, and then we are excited even before you ask. We're giving you the full words. Thank you so much. So we want to play with in the garden. We want to really enjoy you. We just want you to come here and just say, okay, fine, just go in the room. Or some people will not even have anything to do with you. They will just go straight to the room after eating. They will just go and they will be lying there waiting for you. You understand? That's another case. So, like what someone said, they said, men, we need you to be more romantic. We need you to keep touching our sensitive places, even while we're in the kitchen, where we're cooking, where we're doing the laundry, where we're doing different things. You need to be there before we actually get to the room, so that the sex can actually flow directly. So another thing is that, sometimes there's another thing I was going to say. I was going to say, sometimes the issue about women too. Sometimes women were tired, and you're really tired, you just want to sleep. And some women were not tired, they were just like, we just want to pretend, because you're like, oh no, it's not food. But to them, it's actually food. So because it's food to them, we need to just compare. We need to just kind of we do not encourage now. We need to just give in. That's the word. So we keep saying it's not food, and to them it's food. And if it's food to your man, fine. Now the men has actually listened that they need to be romantic. If it's food to them, you give it to them. Do you understand? You give it to, and all this thing starts from home. And I noticed something like a home that actually prays together, they stay together, a home that have lovely and fun sex together, they actually stay together, because you bond. You can imagine of a relationship, people saying for 6 months you've not had anything. There are different things. Thank you. Let me just quickly read that scenario. Raya says, Shola, in a scenario where the woman is tired and the man wants it, what do we do? Okay. That's a good one. Aturaya, when you are tired and the woman wants it, it's not boils down to communication. I'll tell you of somebody that I know very well. And she's actually far older than me. She says something. She says, Shola, I have never refused my husband before. And this is someone that has been married for like 35 years. When she told me that, I was scared. I'm like, wow, how did you do it? How are you coping? You've never said no before. She said no, she has actually never said no. That even when she's tired and she will just kind of course, she will try to participate. She won't really participate. She will just kind of lie down in no funny way, but she will still let the husband kind of enjoy himself. But when I say communication level, do you understand? When I say communication level, I'll just say communication. If you're really tired, there's a scenario. If you're really tired, if your husband understands you can just tell him that I'm very tired, and he knows that you're tired. So definitely, it's going to just like, oh, leave you. There are some people. There are sometimes that you're sleeping. I'll just use myself as an example. If I'm sleeping, I'm tired. My husband knows I'm tired. He's not going to come and start disturbing me. Do you understand? So there should be a communication in the house. There should be that flow thing. You should be able to understand. So this we're actually keeping it very real. We want to just know because it's actually affecting homes. If you're tired genuinely, if you're, there are some women now, we keep saying we're tired on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, and we keep saying that. Is she using one? Maybe she's using multivitamin. I don't know. And do you not think that she's not young? For me to tell you, she's much older than me, and she's been married for 35 years. So sometimes we try to copy. I try to do it, but when you're tired, my sister, that communication should be there. You should be able to tell him that you're tired, and sometimes your husband will be able to know that. Let me just quickly read what Tone said. He said, on a serious note, there's something I missed there before Tone Zone. Let me just quickly read that one before Tone Zone. Okay, just 1 minute then. Okay. I believe it's selfish for anyone to refuse sex under the pretense of headache, fatigue, or anything. Okay. I'm sure that, of course, that's a man talking there, that you should, that is not fair, that we're being selfish to refuse it. So don't say that you have headache and you say you're not going to do it. So with your headache, so I'm going to now read what he said. So with your headache, you're still going to kind of use paracetamol or something, and you'll be able to but it boils down to communication. You boil down to communication. Like they wrote it that you're not having it on edge. But if you have headache, honestly, your husband should understand if you're not pretending. That is when I say communication comes. If that person is your friend, let me just quickly read what Tone said there. I'll just quickly read. On a serious note, sis, my pastor said a woman needs loads of touches in a day. Oh, yes, we need loads of touches. I agree with that too. And that is something I practice in my home, and thank God for my husband. I'm using myself as an example. He's not the kind of person that he touches me everywhere. I remember one particular day he traveled, well, maybe about 5 months, not 5 months, no, but like about 4 weeks or so. By the time he came back, of course, it was just his normal self. He wasn't doing. I'm like, what is happening? I'm in the kitchen, you're not touching me. And he's like, oh, I've actually forgotten. Women, and the thing about it is that we want it, we don't say it. The man is thinking about something else. Now, men, I want to tell you something about ladies. Let me tell you something about men now. Men in their late 40s, in their 50s, in their late 50s and 60s, they are not thinking about sex now. They are beginning to think about how they want to make it more in life. They're thinking about they want to get that job done. They're thinking about, oh, I had this vision that I'm going to be the president of Nigeria. It's time for me to start running around to do it. It's time for me to build this farm. It's time for me to have this work. You need to do. At that time they're thinking about different things. But we now want that romance now. So I'll just read what Tone said. The pastor said a woman needs a lot of touches in a day from when you both wake up in the morning. Oh, yes. Compliment the women without asking for anything. Check on her during the day. Text, call, and drop subtle hint of her sexiness and how you love her. Oh, that's very good. So sorry, I'm reading that now. Just hold on. This should be vice versa, as some women want sex more than men. Oh, yes, it's true. Some women want sex more than men. I've seen a case that is the woman that's actually complaining. The man does not have the time, and which is not nice. So when you get home, cultivate the habit of talking and playing. You talk together, you play together. So, and I'll just put on video. When some women get to a certain age, they lose interest in sex. So our men needs to be more patient. The 20-year-old girl is now a 50-year-old. And so don't get angry or frustrated, but be more passionate. Thank you so much. That is it. So you can see what Tone said. I said, don't get angry. Remember, we were once 20, and that 20, and that girl that is actually 20, remember, she's now 50. Remember, she's now 40. Remember, she's now 45. And at the end of the day, you still want her to do exactly what she was doing in 20. She's going to try. She's going to try her best. So women, don't do only missionary style. We're going to try our best. We're going to do it the way it is, because we know it's so important in marriage. It's very important. But once they need to treat us, like Tone said, the men, you need to treat us more with love and compassionate. You need to touch us everywhere. It's not just only, and you don't need to even do sex every time. It doesn't have to lead to sex every time. You can just touch, you can play, you can relax, you can be together. You can talk together. You can share notes. Oh, how was your day during the school, during the day? Like Aton said, don't forget, send a text message to him or to her. Just say, hi, darling, how are you? How's work going? I know it can be stressful. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Just encourage him, encourage her. Sometimes I don't know what is happening nowadays. Maybe it's because of the nature of things that is happening now. And I think our social media should be for positive influence in our homes. And the way social medias are going now, they are destroying homes. They are meant to be bringing homes together, because in those days of my dad, I remember, in those days of my father, I remember that there is no internet. But there's something I learned from my parents. They gave themselves pet name, my dear, my dad. They kept calling my dad, and they will keep holding their arms together, doing everything together. And nowadays, we have internet there, we have the phone. You're using your phone to text your friend 24/7, and your husband is at work, your wife is at work. You've not texted him you left home together around 7:30 in the morning, and you're not going to get home till 6, and there's no communication. There's nothing. I do that. To be honest, I actually call. I just get my phone and I just like, oh, hi, mine. How are you doing? Are you all right? So, like I keep telling you, there are different things that work for different people. But there are some things we need to copy from ourselves. If this is good, just take it. Like some things that people have actually said, yeah, oh, thank you. I'll just continue. It's something that maybe I've not been doing. I'll just add it to my notes. Do you understand? We need to continue. We need to thank you so much, Ify. Thank you. Let me just quickly read what Motorayo said there. What if the men use, sorry, I'm just trying to read that. Oh, when some women get started. Okay, I've actually read that. I've read that one. Thank you so much. Okay, okay. Oh, I can see you laughing there. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much there. So thanks for the contribution. Let me just go ahead there. Thanks, Adeyinka Ogunyon. Well, thank you. And like what I was saying earlier on, so we need to communicate during the day. It's not just only when you get home and that's your home. If you've gone out since the morning, find an habit. If you're so engrossed in your work, why don't you set an alarm? That's the one. Honestly, set an alarm, and just that alarm, you set it for like about 4 different times, and you just say, oh darling, oh, I've been thinking about you. It's just you've been on my mind, though I'm working, but I'm thinking about you. I can't wait to see you at home. Take care of yourself, love. Those kind of lovely messages. I remember one time there was somebody that was talking to me. I was counseling that person, and she was actually telling me that she's finding it so difficult to even write a note to her husband. And so I've had a man to telling me that he's finding it difficult to write a love note to the wife. You understand? Sometimes because you don't talk, you just find that yourself that you are in this relationship and you're putting it as a barrier. You don't flow. And some people actually come back from office and you bring your problem in the office. And the first thing you're going to tell your husband or your wife is that, oh, hi, darling, oh, you need to see my boss today. It was all over and I'm so tired of that. We complain. We complain too much. Well, let's try to just enjoy that marriage. Nowadays, lots of things are happening. Divorce everywhere. People are getting tired of that marriage. Marriage is meant to be a blessing from God. We need to enjoy our home. And Satan is going everywhere now. He does not want us to enjoy it. And do you know what? We need to be determined that I'm going to enjoy my home. What is it that my wife wants? I'm going to do it. What is it my husband wants? I'm going to do it. When we are tired genuinely, because you don't say you're tired every time. Your husband definitely knows you're saying the truth, you're tired. And also, there's some men that they keep saying, oh, you don't even know what I've gone through today at work. Your wife wants it, and you're saying you're tired. If you don't actually, and that is what actually leads to problem at home. This is why some people actually go out there to look for younger men or to look for younger women. Because you, the husband, you're denying her. Because you, the wife, you're actually denying him. So let's try to enjoy ourselves. Let's try to enjoy our home. There are different issues everywhere. And I just noticed there's something that is happening now. Young men, they're actually committing suicide. Why? Men in 40s, I skip 40, 50, and in 55, and they keep committing suicide. Why? Because there's pressure everywhere. They actually go out to their office, they are pressurized, and they're coming back home to a lovely home, and the wife is nagging them. The wife is complaining. It's bad enough. The husband knows that he has not actually dropped any money there because he does not have the money to drop. And you, the wife, you are the one making it now. Why don't you encourage him by just saying, darling, it's going to be all right? You know, the way we are women, we can talk. We've got friends. We talk to people, we share things together, and we can feel better. But men bottle things up. They don't talk. They just keep quiet. And when you're asking them, they keep saying, all will be well. They keep saying it's fine. At the end of the day, they're going through a lot of things. So that kind of thing, and that time, and that man is actually coming and is saying, oh, sweetheart, of course, that is when I said you need to know your communication language in the house. You need to, like what someone said earlier on, you need to have been touching your wife. I know you're going through pressure, but when you get to try to be lively, men and women too, when you get home, let's forget about all those pressures. There are pressures everywhere. You want to pay the school fees. Christmas is coming. You need to buy gifts for the children. You need to pay. There's some school fees that is due to be paid and you have not done it. Children are going to university. Things are getting more expensive. But why don't you enjoy yourself? There's nothing you can do that's going to make it better. The only thing you can do is to make it better is that enjoy your marriage. It's worth enough with all the pressure that is going everywhere for you not to enjoy your marriage. It's happening everywhere. And if you're in a relationship and you're like, oh, people are divorcing, am I sure I'm going to get married? Why don't you take it easy and just look at a good role model? Because that's what I do. I want to tell you something. You know, sometimes we just go out. My parents they were actually my role model. I was actually looking at them and I like, they don't keep things, they don't keep secret, they do everything together. And I was determined that I'm going to do everything, which I actually saw when I was growing up. So this is the time that we need to give our children a good legacy. I know things are happening everywhere. There are bills, there are mortgage to be paid, there are lots of bills. But let's try and create time for ourselves. Let's try and create time for I'm trying, I want to round up because I don't want to spend more than 30 minutes. Let's try and create time for ourselves. Let's try and enjoy ourselves, because even when the children get older, they're living. Like us now, our children are going living, they're going to university. So if you have not your friend, if you are not a friend to your husband, if you don't enjoy yourself, what's going to happen to you when they go? So sex is important in the marriage, but it's not the only thing. We need to be friends. We need to communicate. The men need to know where to touch. They need to just keep touching and just keep laughing. Let me just quickly read this. You are both bond and glued together in God. You have no choice than to sacrifice your time, your feeling, your progress together. Stop saying negative about those men or women are evil. Thank you so much for that compliment. You know, there's some of us, we just say generally, oh, men are evil, they are bad, men are the same thing. And also the women just say, oh, the women are bad, and no, the men are bad. That's it. Let me just quickly read what someone said, that if the communication line is clear, it's easy to identify when your partner is going through a tough part. Yeah. And you can encourage them. Yes, thank you so much. That's a good one. If the communication line is clear, that is why I said communication in marriage is very good. If you've not actually listened to my talk on communication, you can do that on YouTube. Talk and Shola Relationship Show is there on YouTube. Communication is good. You need to be able to communicate with one another. Communication by talking, communication by touching, communication even by when you eye contact. You know, you understand, oh, that person is actually down. I know what to do. I know exactly how to get that person. So we need to keep it real and we need to keep it going on. Lots of things are happening out there. Don't let's get pressurized into it. I know it can be a lot of challenges in different things when children are growing up, when children are even young, because the women, you have to do the laundry, you have to do everything, you have to do the school runs, and you're getting tired. And men, please learn to start helping women. There are some men that will not even raise their finger, and you want that communication line to be, the communication line will be blocked because you are telling you that your father didn't do it. It's only your mother that actually does it. So we need to, there are some things that if you know that this person is not working, it didn't work at your parents' house, do another thing that's going to work in your own house. So let's do something. Let's just keep encouraging our spouse. Let's just keep touching. Let's keep loving ourselves. And let's stop saying no, no, no to sex. I know sometimes it can be tiring, like what I told earlier. One of my friends actually said that somebody using multivitamins. If multivitamin is going to help you, start using multivitamins, honestly speaking. And when you're tired, when you have that headache, because you have that communication going on, because your husband knows you very well, definitely is going to leave you alone and is going to understand. And it's the other way around too. When the woman is asking, I'm really interested tonight, and the man is saying, oh, I'm so tired, I've been driving in traffic, oh, I'm having a headache, I'm having this. You know what we're going to do? Let's use that multivitamins, men, if you need to use it. Thank you so much, Titilayo Adeniran. Thank you so much. I celebrate you all, my families, my friends, my sisters. Without you, I can't be here. I just want to say a big thank you for coming on board every time. And as I'm talking to you now, we're also on live too, on YouTube too, because not everyone is on Facebook. And don't forget to share with our families and friends. We actually might be saving a home now, or we might be saving a relationship. So what I said is not just like, oh, you need to follow it strictly. Just take one or two things that work for you. And we've got loads of beautiful communication there. Thanks so much for your contribution there, all my friends that contributed. I actually appreciate you. Without you, it's not going to be Talk to Anshola show. So thank you so much. And I'm going to see you next month. Thank you. And on YouTube, just go there on YouTube. I'm going to be leaving about 5 minutes show 5 minutes messages there during the month. So you can just click on Talk to Anshola Relationship Talk Show on YouTube. That'll be there. You can actually check it, maybe anything you want to listen to. Thank you so much. And okay, let me just quickly read what someone said. But you can be tired because of health issues. Oh, yes. Because of health issues, definitely your husband will have compassion on you. So let's be compassionate always. Massage your husband, massage your husband or woman and help them release the headache. Thank you so much. You said, why is it 30 minutes? Thank you so much, my darling. I just want to keep it really short so that we can listen to it again and also we can share. So don't forget to share with your family and friends as we're listening now. We want to keep it so short so that people can actually listen to it again and we will see you. So feel free to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to Talk to Anshola Relationship Talk Show on YouTube. We're there. Subscribe to us and don't forget to like and leave a comment. And thank you so much for a wonderful contribution. I celebrate you. Without you, I can't be here. Sex help health too. Yes, I understand. Thank you so much. So thank you so much. You can actually help. You can do the massage and everything, like I said. So even when you are stressed up, we can massage you, and that will make you feel better. And for massage, trust me, something else is going to happen. So thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. I'm going to see you soon. Take care of yourself and have a lovely month. And this month, the Lord is going to make it a month of blessing to you. The Lord is going to open heavens on your head. Your home is going to be a testimony to others. And at the end of the day, you have a reason to say, thank you, Lord. This month of November is going to be a month that you will enjoy like never before. You're not going to lack anything. The Lord is going to bless you. The Lord is going to keep you. The Lord is going to make his face to shine upon you. Thank you so much. Have a good month and have a blessed one. Thank you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.